Aren't you tired of people talking about me, talking about us? Aren't you tired? Your friends, your family, your mother, why won't you just accept the adoption? Why? I am going crazy. I am going sick. I'm losing my mind for what I know nothing about. It's just a child. Any child, anyone. I want any child. Give me a child. Ah! Please. I'm not asking for too much. Just one child. One. Anyone. Please. For the world. So that they can take their eyes off me. So they can leave me alone. So they can leave us alone. Wouldn't you want a child in this house? Please, it's just one child. Just one. I'm begging you. And we'll be fine. Your mother will leave me alone. Yes, she will leave us alone. But just give me one child. I'm begging you, Damian. Please. I'm not asking for much. Please. Please. Please.
Maybe small thing. This husband and wife just won't put me for wahala yesterday. Eh? They just put me in the middle of nowhere. Ha!
You mean now?
Yes, now. Now God help me, oh. You see, as they don't come out now, I should say by the time they come back, everywhere go this sweet.
God I beg, oh. God I beg. You know, say if me and you marry, all this way they happen, so you know go they happen.
You see?
I say now explain, I dey explain. If me and you marry, by now you know say you for don't born like 4, give me. Like 2 boys and 2 girls.
Rufus, you know where? Wait. I talk am.
Me
your body dey hot, you dey sick.
And some guy like me dey sick.
Yes.
I don't tell you, anytime when you want to insult me, they look me from head to toe. If you not see my face, you know they see my golden shoe. For my shoe, you supposed to respect me. Make I tell you, na money remain, oh. Na money remain. By the time I don't serve Oga finish like this, Oga go carry one house, give me, bam, carry one car, give me. You better agree now.
Rufus, see the way you dey think. People they think they go forward, you they think backward. So Oga go carry motor give you, carry her.
Before
God.
you know,
carry me consider here, eh?
now every time you go dey complain, what you carry you near me, what you no say person when serve Oga dey settle am. You no know what be settlement?
Because you don't dey chop now. You don't dey talk rubbish, they vomit rubbish.
Me dey talk
Shut
rubbish.
up!
Me dey talk rubbish. By the time Oga don settle me now, you call the cons, Rufus, remember the past, you know. I will disappoint you. I go disappoint. Now I know say that time you call the pack meat they give me. Now they give me only 1 meat. You pack 10, 5. Rufus, you know you like meat. Eat meat. I will disappoint you. Don't worry. No, I just settle me first. Any small thing, you are sick. I don't like you.
I have decided that we adopt.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you so much.
On one condition.
Anything. Just anything.
Okay,
as long as we adopt.
Home, sweet home. David, you need to stop doing all the... This is your home now. Everywhere, look around you.
Wow, it is beautiful. Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma.
Good. And this your son. It's going to stop. Now look at it from this angle. This is your new home. This is your mom, and this is your dad. So it's daddy and mommy.
Okay, daddy. Okay, mommy.
Good. Look at it. Okay, daddy. Okay, mommy. Very soon you'll be the one tearing this house down. Honey,
My lord.
you have to look for something for him to eat.
Sure.
I'll be inside.
Dave, let me take you to
Okay, daddy.
This is your house. Be free. You will play anything you want. I will buy it for you. Okay? You go to the best school. Okay? What's up? Listen, he accepted.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Wow. Girl, I'm happy for you.
Thank you, love. Now you can call me mommy.
Sure, mommy.
My dear, I am so happy. I just pray God answers my prayer now. I have tried now, Abby.
I'm sure he will.
Oh, my dear, you can't imagine. You need to come to the house and see him. Oh, he's a cute little boy. I just pray God just give me something like this for myself. My own flesh and blood.
Oh my goodness, you need to see the smile on her face.
Are you for real?
Of course, you know how it is. At least a man can take a deep breath and have peace in his home.
Like seriously?
Yes.
With all the things you said, what's changed?
Of course, everything changed. One, my wife is always smiling. You know, best way don't starve ourselves, we should go kill ourselves for. Now there's a baby running around the house, making every day lousy, cruisy, and fun. And
Yes, that's true. That's true. Congratulations, man.
course.
New ways daddy in town. New ways daddy. Congratulations, man.
Once again, thank you. So you can, how about we go somewhere?
Juado benin go simini de to si ako e wa fimpim yenu ni adwunu nan mu memo bi biara achen mo makwa abakese de aba fast TV so emra so sensem ayensa aka e wo man Ghana ne amahodro so ni edika edit yosemufu aso ne so akuchi agu krata so de ba besomo sakase bo edikan e wo na wachi mu ensema no pay me de ba besomo edo so bebre ni edimakuti ni bini eye panyina otu frank ade ama NDC amanyekuru ni munyamfo jonjo amani mahama edin sembi abeto abontene Samson also for Shakani Aquantin so Munyamfo Francis Asenso Boache and Swakasa. We had a small group here, County Becking Kiamamo, it was Media Santem. Me and my Japanese Pakas way rather some Mediane, I cannot ban upset. And someone a young Malta president, His Excellency George William Villa, Nini Wababe Piegu, our Ghana, has a few baby when you say, or ban one impending for Baby Dinko, Moninkita, with Yesha, a da mine in Temwashimu can and was after Pine of the Faso, Abo, mine Ghana, Kobania Bombo, Hansel.
It's skills, jobs, and I must say climate mitigation, quite important. It's a phenomenal role of agriculture in this part of the world. If we put together our plans for these 6,000 hectares and the factory, we believe the investment will be between 30-40 million euros over the coming years. So this is doubling the investment we've already made in the country in the last 6 years. This is a very substantial investment. It is agriculture. This is not, a machine. So there are always, setbacks and challenges. But we are prepared to bet on agribusiness in Ghana. Ghana is the country with the highest consumption per capita of tomato. We are the leader in Africa. We are the leading tomato manufacturer. We have the experience. So I think the combination of our expertise, our leadership, our heritage, and then Ghana's extraordinary leadership in this particular crop make, we don't have yet the recipe, but these are the ingredients for extraordinary success.
I want to encourage you and to thank you for your involvement in our country. As you know, this government is a firm believer both in foreign investment in our country as well as in private sector activity. We are not socialists. We don't believe in central planning and any of that. We don't believe in private enterprise. We think that the way forward for the development of our company is to have several people like you, both Ghanaian as well as foreign, involved in our economy and helping to grow it fast and on a secure basis. So we want to welcome you very strongly and make it clear to you that we as a government will do whatever we can to support the development and expansion of the businesses such as yours. I think already you have seen a clear willingness on our part to associate with you, to provide such support as is relevant for the development of your business, and we will continue. I think that the ministers who are here are the people who are going to look at the demand you have made for quotas and for tariff protection for domestic production. There's nothing unusual or revolutionary about these concepts. There are things that have been done in other parts of the world successfully, and why not also here in Ghana? But it'll be looked at, and sooner than later, some response will come from the government outlining our response to the matter that you have put on the table.
Okra Franca Ediama NDC Amanyuku Nukoya na Sansu ya Ghana mampenyi dada onumunyamfo John Dramani Mahama say watu ne ho asiho so obo apro o man Ghana afana baabi edin eda apro bono so eye building Ghana to ne ne wakwa akopie mu e watifi atoye mantemu ehwa no ka kira de hye wo honum say Senyankopon ya adom na 7 December NDC Amanyuku no etimi fa ne mtuma pa edifrade obehye na mpuntunuma ankoso e wo honum nyina waba be ye bi ediamo
of the Building Ghana tour, and from 2020 NDC decided that anytime it was election year and we're going to write our manifesto, rather than sit with some experts in a room and write it, we will go around the country, interact with the people of Ghana so that we know exactly what their challenges are, so that when we produce the manifesto and we come into office, we know exactly what our people want us to do for them. So we've gone around many regions in this country, and indeed we started in Bono, then to Bono East, then Ahafo, to Western North, Western Central, to Greater Accra. We've done Ashanti, we've done Eastern, we've done Volta region, we've done Upper East, and today we're in Upper West. And we decided to start the tour from Busie, DBI. We started by going to the palace of the Busiena to pay our respects to him, and when he spoke, he raised some of the issues that are of concern to you here in DBI, especially Busie. He talked about the road network. He also talked of the lack of a senior secondary school here in Busie. I remember in 2016 I promised that we'll build one of the community day secondary schools here in Busie. Unfortunately, we left office, so I just want to assure you that when NDC comes, we'll build a senior high school here in Busie. Busiena also raised the issue of water. And he says water is a major problem for the people in Busie, and so if we come, he wants us to develop a small town water system for Busie. We've taken note of it. We have our sister here who is recording everything that you have said, and we'll take it back so that our people who are doing the manifesto will incorporate all this into the manifesto. 7th December is election day. We all know what we've gone through these last 7.5 years. The opportunity has come for us to rescue our nation from the incompetence and inept, clueless administration of Nana Akufo-Addo and his driver's mate. And so on 7th December, the driver is going. And if the driver hasn't been able to drive all these 7 years, he hasn't driven properly, we are not going to hand over the car of Ghana to the driver's mate. If even the driver couldn't drive well, how much less the driver's mate? So I leave you with one final question. If you have a car and the driver didn't drive well, and so you are taking your car back, will you give it to your former experienced driver, or you give it to the careless driver's mate? I will give it to my former experienced driver. I will not give it to the driver's mate.
My boss for sure kwani akwantempo nsem so eyodumunyamfo Francis Asenso Buachi nenei wokọ adwuma nsi ahwe e wo fankon nsawam kwantempo no so aban egusu edi dwuma e wo sa kwantempo sineno na ode etu abontin sese contractors awodi dwuma e wo sa kwan no so obo mabaso yie pa esanwuma pa wo moye na osan so aka kire mo se Ghana mampani another Danko Akufo-Addo any MPP amanyuko ni bekoso ahwe na omo de kwan hu nsiesie edwumadie bia ama local contractors said ebe boa na omanga no munsu dwumadie tumpon wa hase
buni be ka say challenges and impediments bebre we ko ba say encroachers bi kra na say yi omufuru bubu omudane ade ebi wo ayaye ebi won so man ti ase court nso de konso a say the court same city ya na take time kakra en tina ama no ache but o ma shem bo say enka by December there ninka yawie na me no mo ka say December there ka say chairman aye December san mo wie a o say road construction inconvenience be bebre de bra manfo and a project we so no say ye wie a it will increase economic activities now every time be na say economic activity because I'm not talking about 24-hour economy, but every time there will be activity. And you know, idea here a buying. And see the mention say it's a sell more pekwan bia so they are no power numero omunye adwuma. The ebuhu be here say as minister, e say me 200 amount let me boa amount mutimi wie project no maka che so mama sonte. Na enso so no ye beti 200 amount. Say be o mutimi wie project ni ntem. Now, there back where me do we say project CSA it's over $300 million. A local contractor na local contractor consultant one designing here one na no idea o man panyin Akufo-Addo ene Dr. Baumia aban no ye pese ye empower local contractors and in general local businesses ma omo enyuma ye ne Ghana nyina no Ghana fo ene beye into you omo ne kama say no ebe boa ma that bi no ye de adwuma ma local contractor ebe nya didie o omumu se ombetimi aye
chimamba mekoso akenkan no edi amambo apanyin otosu mienu e man Ghana ma say Her Excellency Samira Bawumia ne wakasa edi atuka bia o men kadie wo mufu ani nyina say obesile on say man Ghana ma say no ya de ma na chichiri kuro nti yenhwe ne yemma emma omo Ghana ma say di bere se de be beboa no man Ghana timetu mpo.
Ghana is on the rise, as she said. And the race is on to create an inclusive world without gender biases and inequalities. So this requires an inclusive boardroom, an inclusive government, an inclusive media coverage, inclusive employers and employees, inclusive access to finance, and inclusivity in education, health, and all aspects of our lives. So on this special day, I call on all stakeholders, governments, private sector, civil society, and development partners, and let's not forget them, because a lot of what you do is supported by development partners. They are critical in this conversation. I call on all of these to join hands in our collective efforts towards women's empowerment in Ghana. Together we can inspire inclusion to create a brighter, more prosperous future for all. Together we rise. Together we inspire inclusion, and together we can shape the future. I thank you all for being part of this transformative journey. Let us rise hand in hand and create a world where every woman's strength is celebrated and every entrepreneurial dream finds its wing.
APC Ayamanyukwe Nigeria Manu. The name Pedim Fueda no Baby PMU or my dining say any MPP Amanyuko Napako Yenshi once a more Kenyan and say MPP Amanyuko no Ayo Moyon Kosun who claims to Mabahan say no more Babe Cambum Edujuma said a Bayankitan who dear damn man in Temno on betting Yashimokina.
And the national chairman of the APC of Nigeria. Alaji Dr. for extended a hand of cooperation between our two political parties. We have already done the backroom discussions, and this is just to let the media know that something really good is about to happen between the media.
And thank you, members of the press in Ghana, members of my entourage, ladies and gentlemen, peace be upon you all. There's no doubt that today history has been made, and today history has been repeated, because the relationship between Ghana and Nigeria is a brotherhood history since the colonial times. So first of all, I have to thank the chairman of NPP, the ruling party in Ghana, who found it very, very important to pay a courtesy call to my National Secretariat in Abuja, the capital of Nigeria, and who also found it very important to request for a closer relationship between the ruling party in Ghana and the ruling party in Nigeria. So we found it so important to institutionalize the relationship between two ruling parties. You have similar history. So we have to thank them for laying
fast news so emraso say amaho Johnson sama yensa ka aboabo no me ebesom na ebefra ase e wo Senegal man no yakopon ya adoma March ne bosumi ne da etoso eduonu enan na mpanyimfo yesiwo say adehye wo Senegal man mo fanto aba enyi o mampanyin no na mo so amabato campaign befra ase.
Presidential candidates in Senegal kicked off their election campaigns on Saturday following weeks of violent protest across the West African country after the vote was delayed. The 19 approved candidates vying for the top job now have a shorter period to rally supporters ahead of the March 24 election. Today we want to move towards a break from political practices such as those of Macky Sall, but more importantly a break with serenity and tranquility so that everything can change, and for that Khalifa is the right man for the job. One opposition leader, Diomaye Faye, has been behind bars for nearly a year, but is due to be released in time for the elections after the president passed a decree to exonerate political prisoners. Faye stepped in for opposition leader Usman Sonko, also in prison. We want a cheaper life. We want real democracy. We want freedom of expression. We want freedom of opinion. We simply want a country in which everyone expresses their will without fear or the force of the state. The only woman candidate is Anta Babakar Ngom, the head of Sedima, one of the country's biggest food companies. Thanks to the mobilization of the Senegalese people in all its components, we have today been able to obtain an election day to celebrate. The new March 24 election date is expected to be the most tightly contested race since Senegal gained independence more than 6 decades ago.
Ana nipa bonfo echi esuku mofra ahanu ene aduwotwe nsom ayeno nam so ama omo awofo edi ehuru ene arehode nsem bi abetuda.
At least 15 children were kidnapped when armed men broke into a boarding school in northwestern Nigeria early Saturday, even as parents of the hundreds of children abducted on Thursday waited anxiously to hear of any news concerning the recovery of their children.
They came in dozen, riding on bike, and shooting sporadically and randomly. They surrounded the school, and they block all passage that may lead whoever want to help from the town. They block all the roads and went away with over 200 students and pupils of primary school Kurigawa.
The police have confirmed the latest spate of kidnappings, which have sparked outrage and local and international condemnation. One mother, Rashidat Amza, had 5 of her 6 children among those abducted. The children were in school when they were attacked. They, the attackers, surrounded the school with their guns. Some of the strong ones managed to escape, while some were crying, but the gunmen were pushing them to go ahead. The police says it has deployed a tactical squad to search for the students, but with school abductions common in Nigeria's northern region, many parents feel helpless.
Okay, this is one of the parents again.
This problem that we are facing and that we are crying about, looking for help from the government and God, but it is actually the gunmen that will decide to bring the children back. Saturday's attack was the 3rd mass kidnapping in northern Nigeria since late last week, when more than 200 people, mostly women and children, were abducted by suspected extremists in Borno State. No group has so far claimed responsibility for this mass abduction.
October 2025 no obesanso apro mampeni na yatenisaba.
Former Ivory Coast President Laurent Gbagbo has agreed to lead the party he founded into the 2025 presidential elections. Katina Kone, spokesperson of his party, the African People's Party of Côte d'Ivoire, which Gbagbo founded in 2021, gave the news after a meeting of the party's Central Committee on Saturday. Gbagbo was acquitted in 2019 by the Netherlands-based ICC on charges relating to his role in a civil war sparked by his refusal to concede defeat in the 2010 election. The West African nation is expected to go to polls in October 2025. President Alassane Ouattara, re-elected in 2020, has not yet said whether he will run again.
moji brechen ye no madamini aba na ne kua danso anso ase. Yama hodo so nsem member som ye mekoso akai mu sakase ebo no e wo Facebook live Fast TV GH YouTube nso Fast TV GH sha no comment all like no wa share e dia maye enso me de beso mu e wo simedua santem ne dosu yi ne di makuti ni bini e panyin okra Frank adiama NDC amani okonu nyamfo John Dramani Mahama e be kasaye ye gina reso kopie mu e wo so portion akwan ni akwantimpo nsem so Munyamfo Francis Asenso Boache ho na ono nso bo contractors a wodi odwuma e wo fanko nsa wam kwantempo ne so we ya ne nsma wodi gopi account ne be kinkan wa amo e wo simedua santem me a meje pani e be kinkan anopa kasi bo edema amo so hia me abontia edi ambebo no maje oso ani akono ba na offset makram